criminology. That was my minor. And I had to take classes on, the scheduling of the drugs and different classes on the cartel. I'm like, well, that'd be interesting, so I'm gonna take that class. And I took this class, and it was like God doing for me like what I couldn't do for myself. And I needed to see this man again. So I remember English is not my first language, and I remember the feds that busted me in '86 told me that I was a very good adversary, and he was like, you're a very good adversary. And I was like, what's the fuck you call me? Because I didn't know what an adversary meant. So time had passed, and I was taking this class, first day of class, and the professor was like, I want to know if you're a junior, senior, what's your major? I want to know your name. And I stood in the back. It's like 40-some classmates.
Yeah.
So, and man kept looking at me. I didn't remember him because years had passed. Now it's 2016. So count the years from '86 to 2000. So I was like, why is man looking at me like that? So he's like, Miss Rose, Berta, you're chapter 6, Colombian cartel. And you can tell your classmates all about it later. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
So,
He was the guy who arrested you?
the guy that was arrested me, the agent, had quit, retired, and became a teacher.
Wow.
So an adjunct professor, as they call him. And after class, I said, listen, who are you? He said, I'm gonna give you one guess. I was like, I can't get it. And he was like, adversary. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
And he was like, why did you retire? You were making a lot of money. I said, why did you retire?
Oh my God.
So he told me that after he arrested me, that he had the worst or the heinous crime. They sent him to Russia to arrest the Russian mob because they had sold the United States distilleries of vodka that weren't vodka, that was air-conditioned fluid that we put in our country's distillery, and the evidence, and it killed a lot of, innocent human beings. So, and then we became friends.
And that's why you retired?
That's why I retired. He said, that was heinous. Now, how could they sell all, a lot of people died, innocent people, people were drinking and had graduated or, birthday.
Celebrating, whatever.
Yeah, and it was air-conditioned fluid in our distilleries, and a lot of people died, so he said, he don't want to do it no more. That's like back when I was growing up, liquor was brown or white, clear or dark. Then in the 80s, you started seeing color. And the mom started that operation. So I stayed clean. Like I said, I got 15 years clean. I graduated in 2017.
Wow.
Let me see. I've been working in treatment 13 years.
13 years working in treatment. So, it kind of seems when you tell your story, like you just found the rooms and just got clean, what was that first year like, how important, because, you talk about working steps and stuff, and I want to stress the importance of getting a sponsor and working the steps,
Okay, so I always tell, since I work in treatment, I always say I earned my chair. I earned it. When I went to treatment,
Earn that chair.
And I had been a knucklehead or stubborn. I'm an habitual offender. I've been in prison. I never listened. I never listened to nobody because I wasn't allowed to talk. I didn't have a voice. And, in my house, they shut the fuck up. Say nothing happened. Even when I got to be an adult, and I still asked my mom that. So when I came to treatment, it was I remember this man telling me to shut the fuck up, take the cotton out of my head, stick it in my mouth. Oh man, he must don't know who the fuck I am. For real, this man will say that? But I did. I shut up, I listened, I took suggestions. They told me, I could have went home with my mom and my brother and I'm like, why am I gonna go to this house? It's my wife, should I go there? Where's the trigger? I didn't know what the trigger was. I didn't know nothing, so I went to a halfway house. I also was told that,
I tell people all the time that go to treatment or whatever, when they get out, I'm like, look, you shouldn't go home. You should go to a halfway house. And they're like, why would I go to... They think a halfway house is for people who don't have a home to go to.
No, it's a halfway house because, even though I was institutionalized,
structure,
I needed the structure, right? So I went to
camaraderie of the other people in the house, the drug testing, the curfew.
Right.
That shit makes a difference.
So I stayed in
buddy.
Still There's called Better Way to Live. And it's a gated community, there's 44 apartments, and you can live there forever, and it's like, now it's based on your income, but you get drug tested, randomly drug tested, you have to make 4 in-house meetings, you have to have a sponsor, you have to do all the things that they say. That's why I learned, well, I think that's where I grew up at. Like, I didn't know who I was. Like, if I look at me, like, the drugs did me, even though I thought, like, oh yeah, I did them, and I didn't know, the drugs did me, and I didn't know what it was. But the drugs weren't my problem. Like, I realized that, yeah, I am an addict, I was born an addict, I suffer a disease, which we know is a brain disease, but his brother was the problem. Like, I had a lot of issues, like, I had a virginity issue. Like, I was born a girl, but I swear I have dick, and I'm sorry. I'm Cuban, but I'm not Cuban because they say I'm an American citizen. Back then, we were identified as O. To me, that was an O. So I couldn't speak because of my culture. We weren't allowed to speak because back then women didn't have rights. So I had a lot of issues, what they call core issues, which I didn't know. I ain't never heard none of that, right? I didn't know none of that. And in treatment, I learned that all those problems I needed to work on. Like, I needed to dissect the identity problem. Like, okay, it's okay that, you're born a girl, but if you feel like this, you got a right to feel how you want to feel and identify. And before, I was worried about other people, what they would think about me being accepted or anything. So the steps taught me how to live. The spiritual principles, being honest, all those things that I learned, the steps taught me. Like the person that's sitting here, if I wouldn't have worked the steps, I wouldn't be here. Like, I wouldn't be here. The steps made me grow up to be a responsible, productive, member of society, a loving, caring person, like a great aunt, or like my nephews say, they got an aunt and an uncle, so they got 2 in 1. A great employee, like a great sponsor, a great friend, loyal, like all those things. I didn't know none of those. Like, the steps taught me.
What was your sponsor like?
I had the greatest sponsor, so I had 2, 3, but the first one, the first one I always picked was because I wanted a pretty woman final, so I wouldn't be honest, I didn't even think about it. I wasn't looking for a sponsor. So eventually, when I got down to business, I was like, you know what, I really want to do this. Because I had went to a meeting, I saw this girl that I knew when I was homeless, and she was slimy, dirty, everything you could think of. And they even used to call her dirt. Like, she would backstab her mama, like she would tell her mama. I saw her in a meeting, and she was like, transformed.
Yeah.
Like, this beautiful woman had a baby, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck did she do, So I got my chair, and I kind of skipped by her, and I called her name, and she was like, yeah, Ray, because they used to call me Brenda. She said, yeah, it's me. I'm like, what the fuck did you do? She was like, see that shit up there on the fucking 12 step? She said, work, and you'll be amazed. I've been fucking amazed. Like, I went to
Damn, he cut his hair and shit.
There's nothing like, I love the steps. I believe in the steps.
Damn,
The
Bernie.
steps gave me life. The reason I'm here alive, I'm grateful. They told me that grateful addict would never use it. I'm a grateful addict. Am I cured? Fuck no. Am I perfect? Fuck no. None of that. But that today that brother loves brother. I'm first, I'm second, I'm third. Does life show up? Yeah. But I don't have a desire to use. I have not had the desire to use in over 13 years. I don't think about the truck.
Yeah.
It's the last thing on my mind. I get mad, that's an emotion. I have anger issues. It's what I do with my emotion. But I know how to pick up the phone. I know how to go to a meeting and talk about my shit.
Joseph H.
I got married in some shit. I'm going through a divorce. I go share about that, what my feelings, not they shit, my shit. So that's what we're covering the steps that's taught me.
I always like to ask people to hear their feedback. Like, why do you think some people stay clean and other people don't? Because you've seen it, because, you do this all day.
I think because, people think they're cured, people think they don't need steps, and people think they don't need the meetings, but they call it fellowship. People go to church to fellowship, but we need this fellowship. We're not cured. There's not a white pill that says you're cured. We need to continue to go to meetings. Doesn't mean you gotta go to meetings every day, no. But you need to stay with people that know who we are. Like, when they, the first made AA,
Yeah.
like, if you watch his movie, he showed you that took a drug to discover a drug that drugs help one another. So, like, all of us help, like, you know.
Yeah, you
implement-
can't hide and bullshit us. You
No,
know?
we know, it's like we know, and it takes one to help one, you know? So that's what we do, you know, you gotta stay, you can't just half work the steps and not work the steps, or like, I'm just gonna work the steps and that's it. But no, it's not working the steps, it's living them. It's applying the spiritual principles, you know? Do service, like, I love service, like, you know, I even like Russell Brand's, the fucking stuff.
Yeah.
So like, you know, my favorite one is, you know, help the next poor fucker that walks through the loop. You know, so like, that's what I like doing, helping others today, not, you know, pay back, you know, pay forward. Like, you know, I did a lot of wrong. Like, I brought a lot of drugs in this country. Did I hurt a lot of families? Did I destroy a lot of families? Yeah. Not numerous. I don't, they're nameless, but I don't know them. But I have to get back, I have to do. So, you know, I volunteer, I help others. And it's not because of that, because I like to too. You know, so work steps, apply them in your life, you know.
Well, thank you so much, Berta. That was an amazing story. I appreciate you coming on the show. Once again, you guys are listening. You can follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Just letting y'all know a little bit about me. I did that, I think 3-4 years ago. I'm still the same person. You know, just a little older, I'm 69 now.
Perfect age.
Yeah, my favorite number like y'all, right?
69.
I'm 70.
She knows what she's
So,
doing.
I don't play by my recovery. When I come in here, you know, sometimes y'all think I'm an ass, some of y'all don't like me. It's okay. Some of y'all gonna love me, some of y'all gonna hate me. Some of y'all we gonna have a love-hate relationship. But more than anything, I love y'all. I love y'all with every ounce of breath I breathe. And that's deep. Because all I want is for y'all to get clean. That I get emotional, I get sensitive when I see that y'all be bullshit. Like this is where it happens. This is where the journey begins. This is where you guys get tools. I like to say bullets for your gun. So when you get out there and the disease comes and attack you, you shoot that motherfucker and kill him. Because I'm telling you, the disease is cunning. And I didn't understand that motherfucking word. I really didn't. I didn't understand cunning, baffling, and powerful. And one day that motherfucker fooled me like I was not even thinking about getting high. I was thinking about going to get a haircut. And I was on a van, my smart thing had me on a van that I couldn't drive to MC. I had a sunbag. So I used to have to be on the express lane from downtown Miami, get on the express lane, and it would let you, the first exit was Opa-locka. You could not get off nowhere, Liberty City, Scott Project, Poker Bean, you could not get off.